So, ego and consciousness coexist, right? We've established that. We all know that. We experienced that. Consciousness is that God energy, right? Is that oneness with all there is, right? Everything is consciousness because projections, manifestations, blah 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 blah. You get it, right? Okay. The reason why ego, okay, so all desires, every time you have a desire for something, yeah, be it material, whatever it is, it's a limitation. It's like something you feel you don't have. You are operating from the ego because the ego is not complete. The ego is designed to not be complete because the ego is, think of it this way, it's kind of like the mode that consciousness has to take on in order to experience, right? So if you have this massive, like, all right, cool. So you have like a suit, yeah? Some sort of like, think of a diver suit and you fill it up with water, right, from the ocean. That suit is the ego. So obviously it's limited. It knows that it's not everything. So there'll always be things it wants and stuff like that. But there are practical needs and things as well. But I think generally if you feel like you yourself as the being is not complete, it's because you're thinking from the perspective of the ego. Because you have everything, you can literally give yourself the experience anyway. Like even if you're stressed the fuck, yeah, you can choose to not feel stressed, which is a creative power from God, from the Almighty everything. You know, so it's like your choice. You have a choice. That's what free will is. You have a choice whether you operate from the consciousness lane or you operate from the ego lane. You can't serve two masters. It's in the Bible, it's in the Quran, it's in every single holy book. You cannot serve two masters. You're either on this side or you're on that side. If you're on this side, which is the ego side, you have to recognize that it's complex, yeah, because it's not complete, yeah. Just like any theory of anything, when they can't explain something, it's a real complex thing. Like rocket science is complex mathematics because it's fake. Space is complex science based on assumptions because it's fake. Do you get it? But your common sense experience, which is simple as looking at the stars in the sky and seeing them move in a particular motion, simple. That's you operating from the consciousness side. You just see it for the wonder it is. There's no need to explain what it is. There's no need to explain that this one's 50 million years away and blah blah. Who even knows? How do they know? It's shit. It's bullshit. But that's another story for another day. That's more reality constructs and shit like that. I like talking about that. That's my inner geek. Just trying to do that. But anyway, back to the script. Whenever you feel limitation, you feel like you need something, you feel like you don't have something, blah, 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 you're operating from the ego. Yeah? Because you have a choice, you can operate from consciousness and give yourself all that you want. And by default, by doing that, you end up with everything that you want. Good and bad. Because consciousness doesn't say no. Because God is all loving, all giving, all creative. That's why you have to watch your thoughts. That's why you can't think shitty thoughts, man. I have created that stuff in my own life. Like things I used to fear, I literally created them exactly how I thought I was going to experience them. And I was like, shit, this matrix is real. So in the same way, you have to use that energy for things that you want, or you feel like you want, or the experiences you want to have, and operate from the consciousness side. You can't serve two masters. You cannot. If you go into the ego side, which we all have, I don't profess to be a guru, bro. I'm only explaining my awakening and the process I went through. Like I used to live in the ego hard, yeah. Like if I didn't have something, I'd have to think of physical ways to get it done. Trying to control this, trying to control that, and it's like then as I've gotten older, I see how it's like people around me that exhibit. Because remember, everything around you, every situation around you came from you, because without you, they wouldn't be there. Like, look, you're dreaming, yeah? You're dreaming, yeah? We're probably all not even here. We're all just conscious. It's a weird space that we're in, guys. But this is for high level thinkers, yeah? You're dreaming. Every dream, every character in that dream, you project there anyway. It's the same thing. Yeah? So when you see character traits in people that you don't like, it's because you have those character traits. You know, deep inside you somewhere, in your ego, in your individual kind of other path, there's something there that you need to learn or address or whatever it is. And the crazy thing is, as you do the spiritual work and as you evolve and go higher, back to the right lane, the lane of consciousness, right? You see your reality change because you are in a different reality. You're not operating in the ego limited world. So let me give you an example. Say for instance, people were standoffish or people give you dirty looks or whatever it is. When you shift perspectives, it will go. Because when they were giving you dirty looks and you're operating from ego, there was something in you that was projecting that energy out, right? And that, because every energy, every thought is a creation, bro. It goes out. Like, people think these wicked thoughts and these dark energy thoughts in your head and you think it doesn't go anywhere. What a fool. You're literally, like, think of it as you're shouting on top of a mountain for everybody to hear. That's what you're doing. Because if everybody was conscious, we would literally see what you're thinking. We'll literally feel it. Like, bruv, you're off key today. Like, we'll literally feel it. That's what consciousness is. Because it's all knowing. You just know shit. Right. Let's say you are in an ego state and you're projecting like, oh, why are people looking at me? Is it because of this? You're operating from ego, right? You create all this shit, right? That echo now becomes projections. That image that you've put on the mirror now becomes moving things like people, cars, situations, news, texts, emails. It literally manifests. And then you start to get more of the thing that you just put out there. And that's why manifestation is so simple. But the one thing they miss is, but they all talk about it. Everybody from Joseph Murphy to, what's the other guy? The other guy. All of them. You know, do you know the ones, man? Neville Goddard, that's him. Neville, Florence Scovel Shen, all of them are telling you the same thing. It's about operating from consciousness and just knowing. Do you understand? That's what it is. It's a very short one, but profound too. You know, don't forget that nothing really matters. Like really, nothing really matters, you know. And if you die, you're just being freed from this iteration. If you don't believe me, try past life regression and you see exactly what I mean. This is not you. Like, you're going to zoom out of here when you die or when you have an NDE and realize, oh shit, like, you know, there's people that literally die and feel relief. Like, oh God, what a relief. I can go play I'm going to go play in another stage or another, literally, it's real. What I'm telling you is real. I've had an NDE, I literally left my body, whoop. I had my neck break and they put me right back. And it's like you leave like a video game and you just go back in the lobby, literally, you know. So I don't know if it's all part of because the thing is, as people become more conscious and stuff like that, because that's what the 3D reality tries to project in a funny way, wokeness and SJWs and all this fucking bullshit agendas with like Chinese and all this shit, right? That's all bullshit. It's all to mask the real thing that's going on. You know, oh, you can express yourself. No, because the real thing that's happening under the surface is the reality has changed. The game has gone into another mode, which has somehow resulted in a lot of people becoming more aware of consciousness for some reason. You know, maybe it was a very difficult level we were playing before, or a complex level where we were all sort of like really, or maybe this is the structure of the game. The ego, you know, energies really dampen our energies and it gets to a certain point and then we have a natural kind of progression and understanding of the wider game. I think that's what's happening. So really just let life flow, man. Just let life happen, bro. Don't force anything, you know. Literally force nothing. You have nothing to, what are you forcing for? What are you trying, you can't control shit, bro. You cannot control anything. It's all happening for you. Like, it's just experience the game. You can't control the sunrise and sunset, but yeah, you see them and you're like, oh, that's really beautiful. You know, you can't control that. Things you don't control are the things that like you gain the most experience from. You know, like, you know, you go on a nice, you know, vacation with your kids or family or whatever it is, right? And you have these moments and it's not forced, they just happened. You know, somehow the whole trip that you organized, blah, 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 all the things you controlled are not memorable. That one moment that was not controlled is the most memorable of the whole thing. You ask couples, right? And they've been together, all the parts they control. Yeah, we went on a date, we did this. But usually it's just one random kiss that they all go back to. Or that random act of kindness, or that random thing that happened, or that random thing, and they knew, they connected on a soul conscious level. You get me? That's why you can't control, you can't force things, you can't make people like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? If they don't like you, you're projecting it anyway, but if you project that energy of if they like me, they like me, they're cool, you will see they will actually all like you because you like yourself. Anyway, man, it's a cool one. Listen to it and enjoy it. I'm gonna go for my bike ride, and I'm training for a triathlon, so yeah, I'm just gonna go put in the work. Have a good day wherever you do, wherever you are. From one conscious being to another, I salute you. I see you. You know, and yeah, random thought actually. If you watch the movie Avatar, because they were conscious beings, right? And it's almost like these unconscious people came. You know, the white Europeans, whatever, they came. And that movie is full of symbolism, but it's more trying to create like still the same race dichotomy. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make. Nor is it the point actually. It's all about conscious beings and unconscious beings. That's all it is. It's not about race or anything, because race but anyway, if we go back to the actual point, like in that movie they used to say to each other, I see you, you know, like you remember. And from a conscious standpoint, when you're conscious and you're with another conscious being, you see each other. Like, that's the realest shit I can tell you. Like, you see each other for who you are, what you are. You realize that, you know, all this stuff, like, because consciousness is not good or bad. Like, you're not good or bad. You're amazingly great, and you're amazing. Like, you got, it's just the way it is. It just is. It just is, okay? It just is. Like, you look at a lion in the Serengeti laying down, you know, in the sunset and stuff. That's a really beautiful animal. You see it for what it is, right? The human being is not the same. It's no different. Yeah, we have our little quirks and our quarks and our blah, 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 and our fucking shit. We all fucking shit. We pee, we sweat. The females have their periods. We're not perfect. There's nothing about us that's perfect. You know, we age, we ache, you know, we gray. Some people lose their hair and their body starts to break down and stuff like that because we're not the body. But in every single moment, when a human is conscious and you can see them for who they truly are, they're always beautiful. It doesn't matter what age. You see how a baby makes you feel? When you come across an old person that's also in touch with consciousness, that's the same feeling you get. Tell me I'm lying. It's the exact same feeling. Because they're conscious, man. Anyway, wake up, man, if you haven't already.